You ready? Ready to
Yes,
hit the
sir.
switch? All right,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Let's get into it. You already know what it is. Let's get it.
Let's go. Everything conceivable.
Turn that shit up, bitch. Big face beats.
MJ shit though, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about it in the studio with the RecBoys though. It's showtime.
The hottest DJ
We're ready to let the horns go, right? Okay, look. I try to tell them nobody do it like these guys, so I'll explain it with La Sicaria. Two languages so y'all can get hit both ways.
Hit for the heat.
So we don't care if you throw shade. The RecBoys got it locked again. I'm talking the hottest guests, independent artists to the executive gems.
En la calle con el show número uno.
Juno.
Poniendo la presión como el chulo de los miércoles.
That's every Wednesday at 7. We're independent from past to present to future. Don't let me lose you. The show is
You
fire.
catch wreck o get wreck. El mundo se prepare. Estamos internacional, nadie que se compare.
And they throw you the trivia, so you gotta be sharp. Chris think he know it all, so beat him and you quiet as
En
ball.
las estaciones FM, YouTube and Facebook Live. Yeah, DJ Shot and Mr. Catch wreck. Thank you for watching.
RecBoys.
Request AKA Catch Wreck.
And DJ RecBoy Shaq.
So, RecBoys? Like, I love you. You in my heart every day, motherfucker.
RecBoys.
The RecBoys. I'm tapping with my guys, the RecBoys. You should tap in too.
In the studio, we're catching wreck.
What's shaking, my peoples? You already know what it is. DJ RecBoy Shot, Mr. Catch Wreck. Happy Hump Day. You already know what it is. In the studio with the RecBoys. What's happening, homie? What's up? What's shaking?
You already know, bro. Blessed. Glad to be back another week. What's good with you, though?
I'm chilling, man. Week's been going good so far. It's been cold, my nigga. Like extremely cold in New York, man. This has been a cold winter, my guy. And I'm a New Yorker. You know how I feel about, toughen up. It's New York. It is what it is. But nah, it's definitely been cold. Yeah, it's cold.
Yeah.
Nah, got me thinking.
I see your boy Dave called me out at the beginning of the week or the weekend, or it might have been last weekend. Where he tagged me on some post about the snow and shit, talking about fuck me and all that shit. He woke up thinking about me, but he don't wake up thinking about men and shit. I was like, damn, man, I need to send him some sun. He needs some love in his life. You know what I mean? I almost went to the beach just for him that day, just to shoot a video.
Just to shoot a video.
Yeah, like,
shout out to Dave. Hopefully he's tuned in. Dave, if you tuned in, let us know what you that you're watching. Chris will send you some sunshine. Shout out to Teresa. Shout out to Bunky. Bunky is on a little hiatus. She will be back. I ain't seen Bunky in God knows when. She ain't been to the shop or nothing. I don't know what's happening. I ain't seen Teresa in a little while. I know Shawnee need a haircut. Teresa, get on that. But she's faithfully tuned in. Where's Vanessa at? DJ
I seen her tuned in. I seen her tuned in.
All right. Shout out to Vanessa. Vanessa's in the building. Real quick, if you tuned in, tap in and let us know that you tuned in, rocking with us. Chris, we don't have a guest this week.
Right.
So we do have some things that we can get through because it's been a crazy 2 weeks. Week and some change ever since the Super Bowl. Actually, we could finish up where we left off last week with the Super Bowl thing because we didn't really get enough time.
Yes, he'll be into. Now, go ahead. You kick it off because last week was I don't know even how to put it. It was a dope conversation, wrong time. If it makes sense.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But now that all of the smoke is cleared, how do you feel? You still feel the same way about the Super Bowl, and
Mm-hmm.
You guys
100%.
are tuned in. I know Vanessa. she's a big Kendrick fan. Teresa's a big Kendrick fan. How do you got? Wait, actually, we're gonna watch this. And see what y'all think about Drake's new album.
That's a good one to talk about too.
We can talk about it, but we're on Super Bowl right now. Vanessa, press the brakes. Slow down. We're gonna get to the six. Don't even worry about Vanessa. I got you. I know you want to talk about it. But real quick, we were talking about the Super Bowl, and I just got a little something. I ran across something about the Super Bowl. Somebody had said something about the Super Bowl, and I figured I'd bring it to you guys. So let me know what you guys think, and we'll discuss it. Let's go.
And I think this is where a lot of people are split on this. What Kid Rock had to say about Kendrick Lamar's halftime performance and the reactions to it. And certainly, we've all seen the memes for more than a week now, where this is what Black people thought when they saw it, and this is what white people thought, or more specifically, what MAGA supporters thought when they saw the halftime performance. Kid Rock, clearly MAGA, so you would think you know what his reaction is going to be. This is what he told Bill.
To put it nicely, it wasn't my cup of tea, but I got to respect it. I'm like, this kid pretty much came out figuratively with both middle fingers in the air, doing what he does for the people who love what he does, unapologetically. And I don't think he gives a frog's fat ass what anyone thinks about it.
Like you.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, so I go, it's pretty much how I built my whole career. I got to respect it. This is the epitome of DEI blowing up. Because, you know, the NFL was all this DEI and racism, all this stuff. They got Jay-Z in their book and this. And like Kendrick Lamar goes out there and basically turns DEI into an IED. It's like, it's all Black people or all people of color speaking to his crowd in the hood, Black people. It was like the most non-exclusive or the most exclusive thing ever. And I'm like, yeah, that's awesome.
I think he meant exclusionary.
Yes, he viewed it as exclusionary because it wasn't for a white audience. There weren't white people on stage, and so it's not inclusionary.
Thoughts and comments, please hit us up. Chris, what you feel?
No, what's your thought? What you?
Oh no, I mean, I just wanted to bring it to the light to, you know, does he have a point? Because
on what? Because there was multiple layers to what he was talking about.
I was just talking. All right, so because of multiple layers, that's why I was asking you. My whole thing that I got for the mostly thing about it was the DEI blowing up. You know, his train of thought or his process of thought, I'm assuming, because this is where we got to what he said, the NFL is doing this big revamping, DEI is gets people in certain situations, and then, he seems like Kendrick, I guess, was for DEI, but then went and did the total opposite when he did his Super Bowl performance. You get what I'm saying? It was only a certain race of people. I guess it was geared towards a certain race of people. That was his perception. That's how he got it. And he's like, yo, listen, I'm cool with it. You get what I'm saying? But it goes against DEI standards.
Right, but he's cool. He's cool with it. But in the same token, playing this when he keeps saying Black people and color people. Like, are we missing? You know what I'm saying? Like, when does that shit stop? Like, I don't. That's what I mean by the layers upon it. Like, it's almost like he's like, yo, but it's not my cup of tea because it's for Black and color people. That's what he said in layman's terms.
What? That it wasn't his cup of tea because it was for Black people?
Because it was for Black and colored. Like, like this 2025, right? Like,
who was the message towards though? Who was he speaking to?
It was to the world.
I mean,
it was to the world.
Well, see, that's the contradiction that I get, because it's like, is it to the world? Because when it's to the world, people are like, yo, you don't get it because you're not of the culture. And it's like, oh, you don't understand the black plight. And it's like, okay, but is it just exclusively to people? Because those are what the people who were cheering for the Super Bowl, that's what they were saying. Like, you wouldn't get it anyway because you're not from this. You're not of this. It went over your head because of these things. And it's like, so if I didn't get it, then I'm a coon. If a white person didn't get it, then it's because they're MAGA. But his message was specifically to, like people say, nah, it wasn't for everybody. It was for us on the biggest stage.
Why would he do it on that type of stage then? If it was just for, like, I took it as twofold. I took it as it was a message for us, and it was also letting the world know, like, yo, listen, I'm gonna do me. Like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, y'all been holding us back. Like, the whole show was just him, pretty much Uncle Tom telling me, yo, chill the fuck out. Do what I'm telling you. And the whole thing, every time he's breaking a rule, the Uncle Sam comes back and he's like, yo, man, I'm gonna put you under the. He breaks another rule, and then pretty much the last one he breaks out like, yo, fuck you. You know what I mean? You not like you know what I mean?
Nah,
I took it as a twofold thing. You know what I mean? It was letting the world know. You know what I mean? Because I struggle with this, and I know the world is so black and white and Hispanic and all this and all that, but I struggle with that. Why I struggle with that is because I'm Puerto Rican, right? Who grew up in a predominantly black neighborhood and wasn't accepted at first in the 80s. Growing up in that neighborhood, we were some of the first Spanish people, Puerto Rican people in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? So growing up, initially starting off, it was rough until you made a name for yourself. And then on the other side, that was my younger years in life. I get older, my teenage, I move upstate New York, and I see the other side of the spectrum where the white people are looking like I didn't see, and I hope no white person I know, anybody takes offenses. I didn't see white people like that when I lived in New York. I'm just keeping it a buck. In the 80s and then I didn't. They weren't in my neighborhood. And if they came, they were just coming just to get something and they were leaving. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize the other side of it till I went upstate. And it was like, yo, well, what the oh shit, I can't go outside. Like, that's how I really felt when I went upstate. Like, yo, if I go outside, I could die out here. Like, that this racial tension is really serious. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I'm different because I experienced it on both sides, and still to this day I experience it on both sides. When I tell a Spanish person, yo, a Puerto Rican, you're black, you know the face they give me? Like, I'm bugging.
Is it fair to say that, though, within every race, there's a bit of prejudice within it itself?
Right.
So it's like, how could you fight for a people if you separating within the culture? Like,
that's the problem. You just touched on something very strong, because that's the whole thing. That was my whole point last week. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of whether how we agreed, he said what he said or he did what he did, he at least said it. That was my point. And we can't stick behind each other. We rather bash each other and make each other look stupid and stick around each other and pull homie to the side. Like, yo, man, my man, I didn't feel how you said or how you did. You know what I mean? But I'm with you. But I think we should do boom, 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 and try to progress. Like, I put up something today because in the position that I'm in, without saying too, the position that I'm in, there's a lot of people, for lack of better words, underneath me, right? Have a lot of suggestions, good ideas, but are scared to make and bust a move. And they rely on me for that. You know what I mean? And for a long time, it's been my burden to carry, right? I'm at my stage in my life now where, yo, if you can't make a decision, whether it's right or wrong or progress, I don't want you to fuck around me.
Absolutely. No, I get that.
You know what I mean? So I don't got the time for the bullshit, I guess is what I'm saying. So if we can't come together and support each other, whether we're right, wrong, or indifferent, without bashing each other and trying to make each other look stupid, we're never going to get nowhere, bro. Never. This shit is going to be like this. And our kids are going to go through it, and their kids are going to go through it. And guess what, guys? It's going to get worse. Because I don't know what y'all paying attention to what's going on out here. It's going to get worse. So...
Real quick, Vanessa said, I wanna respond to that. Vanessa said Kendrick is Tupac. He is going to be himself. I guess they wanted him to bring out Taylor Swift and Maroon 5 to perform. I mean, I don't know how much.
Oh shit!
How true it is, but there's a it's in the Sun Times. There's an article saying that an insider from the NFL said it was a mistake.
What?
Putting Kendrick on there. He said all the backlash, and they said that yeah, I can send you the article. And they're saying don't even worry about it. They're gonna clean it up next year. Like that's a hold on before we even get to that. You said it would. Your thing was people were bashing the brother and the message that he was trying to give to the world.
I think they ain't like the reality he gave them.
Now but
people don't like to face facts, especially when it's you going through. It was a hard pill for me to swallow and watch.
Yeah,
like,
no, because you know you're in the game. That's why, because you know certain things.
No, because like, some of the shit he was saying, like when they telling you, when they telling you, yo, sit the fuck down, do what I like. We deal with this on the daily, whether we want to realize it or not. Like, you know what I mean? When we get up to go to work, your boss is telling you what the fuck to do, how to do it. Like, you know what I mean? Uncle Sam in your pocket every second of the fucking day. Like we're dealing with this every day, just on different type of spectrums. You know what I mean? Some of us feel it more than others. But we're dealing with what he's saying every day. We just don't like the reality part of it. Like, oh shit, that can't be me. I would have did it like this, and I would have. Meanwhile, they're not doing nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? They just talking.
Yeah, but at the same time, now let's be fair. Can I get a like just in all fairness, the highlight of the show was him bashing another person that's in the same profession with him.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Oh, okay.
Not that I don't agree with the bashing part. I agree with that he was bad. I don't agree with him. We had a conversation, and I view Kendrick as a very petty person. You know what I mean? It's like you beat somebody up, and then you could beat them up, and every time you see him, you just beat him up just to beat him up. Like, as you know what I mean? Like, he's petty for that. To hit somebody when they down, for me, is a coward move. I grew up different. You know what I mean? Like, in the heat of the moment, you might take a sucker punch when they on the floor. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? But if you're a real man, you're gonna stand the fuck up and stand back and let homie stand up, and you're gonna square up again. You know what I mean? I just grew up different, I guess, and I think about it different in that aspect.
Got you. Do you want to keep going petty? Because I got some petty shit. You know, we got some 50 to talk about. You know, do you want to get into?
No, let me ask you this: what other, being that we're talking about labels, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm not talking about labels like music label. I'm talking about labels that they put on us, right? Whites, blacks, Spanish, whatever, cultural labels. Africans, whatever. When we see other races, tell me how many times do you see them bashing each other publicly? Whether they agree or they don't agree. How many times do you see it? How often do we see it?
I don't think it's. I see it a lot on my feed, but what I'm saying is I don't think a light is shined heavy upon it. It's like saying it's not like it doesn't. They don't do it. You get what I'm saying? It's just probably not shown in the same light that we shown for us.
I don't think it's the light part, bro. I don't think they do it as often as we do. And I'm telling you again, I kind of laid it out at the beginning of the show. Where I said I came from both sides of the spectrum. I come from the hood, from nothing, and I ended up being able to be blessed and go to a suburban neighborhood, upstate New York, and see different shit and see trees and shit. I'm telling you, I don't see that. I didn't see that. It was different when I moved up there. I seen different. I seen them sticking together. I seen them not talking down on each other. I seen when one needed help, they helped each other. Us on the other soaking was like, yo, look at homie walking. We know he walking 5 miles. He going to get some milk and bread for shorty. But since he a crackhead, we not stopping to help. Look at son on a mission. That's what I see. You know what I mean? I say all that to say this. That's why it's a problem. Again, we could have not had to agree with the message or how it was proposed, or even the whole message in general. But we should never bash each other to where somebody else sees it and now they think they could do it. They're only doing this because we do it. That's reality for your ass. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people.
But I mean, but then you champion the guy who gives another message on top of that. Kendrick. I mean, think about.
No, what did I champion? What did I champion? Because
he gave a message. The message that he gave is great, but how he got to that platform to give the message was belittling, like talking bad. The same thing that you're saying, on top of like going all the way.
So
saying Drake didn't do the same thing. It was a battle. It's rap. So now we can't say it's cool for rap, but it's not rap. Hip hop is from us. So everything that hip hop is comes from us, the good, the bad, the ugly. So we figured out how to take that and to do well for ourselves. It didn't change our moral ethics, because the best of the best are the ones who can defend themselves verbally. The best of the best.
And music. My bad. I was like, yeah.
I mean, when we think about it, like, think about everybody's top 5. Majority of the top 5 has been in a serious battle, whether they win or lost, and it was degrading somebody else that was in the same profession that they are in. So now it's like, okay, we can't. It's so, man, you're talking about fucking 1,000, 1,200 years of this shit where it's just done and done and done and done. So it's now that we having an awakening to get to this point right here, we have to break down so much to really get to it. And then it's like, all right, we don't want to break down this, but
that's the problem. We pick and choose. You hit it right there again. We pick and choose. But in the same token, I agree with everything you said. It took him to for the battle to happen, for him to even get this opportunity, because we supported the whole battle along the way, right? I'm cool with a little sparring. Somebody might get a black eye. Somebody's hand might get broke. Cool with that. Not cool with killing each other. And what I mean by that is, I'm not cool with you trying to end somebody's career that they potentially cannot feed now 100+ people that surround them. You know what I mean? That's just individually. We're not talking about families now. The numbers get up a couple hundred, 1,000 probably. You know what I'm saying? Just so you could go, like, that's why somewhere along the line, we lost the sense of togetherness. You know what I mean? Like, I remember growing up and going outside and feeling as a young child in Brooklyn in the 80s and 90s and feeling protected, knowing my neighborhood was shit. Anything could happen at any given time, but I knew when I was on my block, I was good. And why? Because the people took care of us. The older people took care of us. We were out of line, we were put back in place. We seen you doing some shit, they put you back in place. Somewhere along the line, it was no more community. It was more, I gotta get mine, fuck you, I gotta get mine. And we lost touch and we got disconnected and we got for lack of better words, separated. Like if you think about the migration in New York, how we're moving, you know what I mean? We start out in the 5 boroughs and then we start expanding and going other places like upstate, Long Island, Staten Island. Like everybody goes like this. Like I don't know too many of my family members that live in the same area no more. Everybody's in different states, right? So we start going like this, and as you start spreading, you don't have that home-rooted togetherness that you once had. And then we don't get it as a people from the people that we meet and befriend along the way either. You know what I'm saying? Because they're out for themselves. How we turned out to be. I'm guilty of the shit too. You know what I'm saying? Except I could face my reality on it. And I try to correct it with the kids. That's all I could try to do. You know what I'm saying?
Cut said, shout out to Cut. Cut's tuned in. Shout out to the homie Cut Smooth. Crack era killed it. Crack era did a lot of shit. Did a lot of shit in the crack era. That needs its own show, actually. Yeah, because that's
you know what's crazy is today I did. I was driving home actually, and I don't like listening to radio. I like listening to independent artist music. And for some reason today, I didn't plug on my phone, right? And I just was driving, and I drive an hour, almost an hour and a half to get home every day. And so it was a lot of time to sit there and think, you know what I mean? And I started thinking, I'm like, yo, a lot of my success was revenge based. You know what I mean? And I knew what I meant by it. But when I got home, you know what I mean? I sat my wife down. I'm like, yo, babe, I got to tell you something. I was thinking about some shit. And when I said it to her, she looked at me like I was crazy. You know what I mean? And as I thought this thought, and then when I was driving home, I reflected on it and trying to like think like, yo, how did I get to that thought? Like, what would make you think that, right? And it goes back to my upbringing. I remember my parents telling me, you're not going to be nothing. You're going to be in debt or in jail. I remember a lot of people telling me this shit. And to prove them wrong, or I did certain shit, you know what I mean? Or somebody tell me, yo, you're never going to own a house. You just a kid from the ghetto. I proved them wrong. You're never going to buy that. Prove them wrong. Like everything, you're never going to be successful in working. It was, fuck you. You don't think I could do it? I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? And it hit me today. And I asked myself, like, yo, when am I going to do it for me?
And what's the answer you came up with?
It's now because I finally realized what it was. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a lot of hate and build up anger and resentment towards people for really thinking I was going to be a piece of shit. And now, and not trying to throw them motherfuckers' face, but I'm doing better than a lot of them. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm saying this because there's probably some people who are tuned in who don't realize that they're doing similar shit to what I was doing, or what I have done. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. I don't get paid for this, but I'm gonna spin the hat back, right? I'm gonna spin the hat back. I'm gonna put you on the couch. You on the couch?
No, success. That's what they train us. That's what they train us, man. Success is what I make it. My success might not be Shaw's success.
Now I hear exactly what you're talking, right? Are you saying it's bad?
No, it's not bad because you got to have that in you. But what I'm saying is, I guess along the way, I didn't really enjoy it because I was on a mission. I didn't sit down and toast to those victories. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a fucking victory. Like, honestly, like I said this shit before on the show, I didn't think I was going to be 18. I didn't think I was going to be 20. Like, every year was a celebration for real. When I realized, like, life, I could be alive. It's my choice. You know what I'm saying? Younger, I didn't think like that. You know what I mean?
Shout out to my homie, this my little boy AJ. He said, I had the realization a few months ago. I made a lot of decisions I was making was out of spite of what people told me. AJ, were those wrong decisions? Because that's a whole other show too. Where if you're making
even what I'm saying, some of the decisions I made to get to where I gotta get was wrong.
Yeah, but we're talking about. Yeah, I'm with Chris, my nigga. If that's what got you to where you're at and your place of, do you feel like you've been successful in life?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
No.
I'm not saying, but just to clarify, I'm not saying me having the using that as motivation was wrong. But it handicapped me in the same token because a lot of my attention was just to prove wrong or to show that they were wrong, and I wasn't living in my light. You know what I'm saying? And in my path. Like I ain't even gonna front when this came to me today. I was like, it was like, oh, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, bro, like you really was. And you know me, Shy, like I could really give a fuck what anybody thinks. Like, you know, if people who really, really do know me, like, could really give a fuck. But when you tell me I can't do something, that's the Gemini in me. You know what I mean? When we started Catch a Wreck Entertainment, I had a passion to do music, right? You presented your passion. Together we came and we united the passions and we went forward, right? As we were doing it, people were telling us, yo, you're bugging, it's not gonna work. At times we wasn't getting the support that we thought we deserved, right? And on the other side, and I probably never told you this, it was a fire lighting inside of me. Like everybody who told me no is gonna eat their motherfucking words. You know what I'm saying? Then we doing Puerto Rican Day Parade on national TV. We doing Bet the Woods. We doing going out of state. Like it was because of them who told me what I couldn't do. That Gemini in me is like, hi, I'm gonna show you better than I can fucking tell you. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's wrong, but that can't be your only ammunition to gain what you want to gain. You gotta, at the end of the day, you gotta be doing it for you and for what you want. You know what I mean? Not saying what I have today, it ain't what I wanted, because I did, and I still want more. You know what I mean? But for me to know that my bitterness to what was said to me was the fuel bothers me, because if somebody could get to me, that shows weakness, and I don't like that.
No, I'm glad that you're understanding that you need to be happy while pursuing your success. It shouldn't be a gloomy. You get what I'm saying? You should be. I mean, we were in the basement. It was dark a lot of times, and that kind of fueled that those guys in the basement plotting, thinking like, yeah, we're gonna show you. Because I mean, that's all it was for me. That's all I ever needed. It's like, oh yeah, word, I bet. But nah, it's dope that you got that understanding. Real talk. Man, we got a lot of things to freaking
a lot of shit to talk about. A lot of shit. But I hope I don't know if that shit touched somebody who heard it today, or they might be facing some similar shit. You know what I mean? Or trying to use that to fuel their fire. Find what works for you though. You know what I mean? Again, the success is what you think it is. If that shit is getting up every day and making $5, and that's what you need to make it through the day and survive, then that's good for you. Then that's fine. It don't matter what I say or what Shad says or what anybody says. You know what I mean? Make sure you're doing everything you're doing for you and yours. That's the only way you can help others. You know what I mean? You can't help nobody without helping yourself first.
Shout out to the homie Chris Cunningham. He said, once you know who you are, no one can identify you but God. Absolutely. Oh, real quick. Thank you for reminding me. Real quick, Chris. My church is doing some things, so I gotta tell you something. I gotta make an announcement.
Is Friendship Baptist? Is that one?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't normally do these, but it is my church, so I gotta focus up. And I said I would do the right thing. Come on, dude, really? I had it. This is no bueno. Anyway, I can't get to it right now. This is crazy. Oh nope, here it is. Shout out to Friendship Baptist Church. Shout out to Sam Sanders. He gave me the announcement. They are doing a Black History and Family dinner after our morning service at 11 a.m. this Sunday, February 23rd. Yeah. He also has a presentation about HBCUs during, I guess, right after the service. So if you guys want to go down there and check that out. I don't think it's a dinner. He said dinner, family food. It's not dinner time. It's after church. But go check the service. Or if not, service starts at 11. It would follow right after service. So probably around I want to say 1:30. Go out. Support, let them know.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so go out and support. If you don't want to. What?
Fun fact, that's the third church I've ever been in my life.
Really? Friendship's my mother's church. So you know how that goes. I also got some church news coming up. Some really dope. My pastor has some great church news. But let's keep it on a good note then, right? Yesterday we had some news, right? We got this yesterday, right? You want to jump into it? You want some good news?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we need it, man.
RecBoys. County of Los Angeles. People of the state of California versus Joaquin Mayers. Case number BA 508142-01. We, the jury of the above entitled action, find the defendant, Joaquin Mayers, not guilty of
Now get the audience.
Cultural entertainment, sucker.
Shout out to Rock, ASAP Rocky. I think he's dropping the ASAP now because I think
I don't know. I heard he was gonna name his son ASAP, whatever his lawyer name was.
Oh, really?
He promised that if he won the case. Real quick, just to answer Bunky. Yeah, Bunky, I've been to church services only 3 times in my life. I've been to church a lot more than that, but for mourning reasons only. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. My bad, Shy. I don't mean to fuck up the moment. But yeah, but nah, this was dope, man. The whole case was bullshit from the beginning. You know what I mean? Son, suppose he gets shot, grazed, no bullet, no evidence, no nothing. And then I think it was a week later, he goes and files. Like, you know what I mean? The time lapse between it was fucking crazy. Salute to him for not taking the fucking plea.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, and yeah. I mean, but why would you take a plea if you know you ain't shoot him?
Yeah, but a lot of people know, I know some people who really didn't do what they said they did is in jail. Like, it don't always work out the way it worked out for him.
See that, and that's the thing, though. Yeah, no, you're right. If he didn't shoot him, I'm going to trial too. If I didn't shoot a nigga and the nigga say I shot him, guess what? We're picking 12, homie. I don't care. I don't want not a day. There's nothing we're going to talk about. Now, you know, if I might have shot him and they don't have the gun, there's no witnesses, it's just him saying I shot him. Depending on how much time they talking about, if I would have shot him and they talking about 16 months, I would have took the 16 months. That's just me. If I shot him.
Yeah.
If I shot
I think they said they had
16 months. Yeah, I'm taking 16 months.
I think they said they had the footage, and in the footage they seen the gun go off. But again, he had no visible marks, no nothing. You know what I mean? So at worst case scenario, they could have got him with, you know, brandishing a gun and letting it out in public. You know what I mean? Not no fucking 20 plus years that they would, you know?
Well, he was and that's the thing too. They capped it at 8. So at the most they was gonna give him was 8. So if he blew trial, he would have got 8 years. Even 8 years for shooting somebody that you actually shot is a great deal. I don't care what nobody says. It's like, hey, you know, you could get
if you committed the crime, yeah.
So, you know, but I mean, he's steadfast, you know. He might have had the gun, he might have shot it, he just didn't shoot him. And that's not what they charged him with. You get what I'm saying? And that might be just the DA's fault or whatever, whoever was, whatever.
Right.
Been thirsty.
They went for the gusto. They went, they wanted something to drink.
But they wanted to give him 16 months with 7 years over his head. Yeah, I ain't shoot you. I'm riding this one out. My wife's a billionaire anyway, so we're gonna figure this out one way or another anyway. They got appeal bills, all that shit. So
yeah, Bunky said if we think Rihanna appearing with the kids had an influence on it.
Nah, his lawyer did his job. His lawyer did a great job of showing that the state didn't prove their case. That's just
I think this proves what we said a while ago about your case and what was told when that was going on. You know what I mean? Pretty much how much money you got is gonna be, you know what I mean?
Well, this one was the jury.
Yeah, but I still think
mine was if I would have paid the nut in the beginning, it would have never even gotten to the point that it's gotten to.
Right.
So by the time you get to this part of the game, oh nigga, the chips is down, nigga. We rolling them because unless you can snap one of the jurors.
I still think there was some. We live in America. We know what makes this go around. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to I 100% agree with them throwing this shit out, him getting acquitted. 100% with that. But we know how this shit works. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know how this shit works.
What did I tell you, dude? What did I tell you? There's getting out of some shit money. Then there's beating case money. Then there's pardon money. There's levels to this shit. Now, yeah, he's in the situation to where, you know, hey, he can buy the best. Dude, do you his baby mama is a billionaire. She can afford all the lawyers, the best in the world. In the world, dude. That's what it comes out to. What it comes out, people got to realize the judicial system and wake up. It's no more that it's principles and all this other shit. It's whoever lawyer tells the better story. It's the lawyer who has the more researchers, the more resources to go out and hire private investigators and dig up all this stuff that some of you brothers out there that's, slinging packs can't afford. That's why you get cop-outs. That's just, it's levels to this. Some people, you know what I'm saying? Dude, we done seen Shakira just beat the feds. Tax. But we seen Wesley Snipes go to jail for feds. Tax. She made a little bit more money than Wesley Snipes. So guess what? Her lawyers were a little bit better than his. So, that's what it comes down to. Speaking of, we got another one. I guess it's kind of good news. Hove. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody wants to talk about Hove. All right, well, let's get into it.
That you basically send somebody a letter saying, pay up or I'll sue. And if they don't pay up, they'll sue.
Well,
and the point is that, especially for a famous person, it's career ending.
Right. And Jay-Z calls it extortion. And in fact, he is suing Tony Busby over that. So even as the one accuser was dropping her lawsuit, Jay-Z was in court trying to make sure that his extortion lawsuit against Busby goes forward. And he mentioned something we had not heard before. He said that there was a second demand letter sent by Tony Busby to him last fall that mentioned a male accuser who, according to the story, as Jay-Z read it in a letter, claimed that he was underage at the time and that Jay-Z was involved in a sexual assault against him in Beverly Hills. Jay-Z flatly denies all that, but says, this is this guy Busby extorting me. He's sending me a letter that, in Jay-Z's eyes, was very clear he wanted a large sum of money.
Pay up or else.
Shout out to Hove. Now, the case got dismissed. The petitioner actually dismissed it. So, which means there was no payoff. Which, well,
my wife said, you got it, he got money.
Yeah,
that shit worked, man.
Well, he had a better lawyer. He had enough he can go and figure out who this person was, what they were talking about.
Initially they didn't know who the person was, right?
I don't even think. I mean, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think they figured out. Well, yeah, at that point. But I'm saying publicly, it was never said who it was, right?
No.
You know what I mean? I think this goes back to what we were talking about earlier, where he wasn't gonna be for the shits. Like, yo, if you got me, prove it. You know what I mean? Like, the best thing you could do is shut the fuck up. That's how this happens with ASAP. He would have took the stand. This might have been different.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but my whole thing is this. It goes back to what you said. My nigga, if you didn't shoot him, you didn't shoot him.
Yeah, so but I'm saying it's all on it's on the question and how they ask it. You know what I mean? There's ways to ask questions to people to where people hear the answer and it's wordplay. You know what I mean? They could have really tripped him up if he would have took the stand. You know what I mean? And it's Jay-Z, same thing. He could have came out and tried to do what a bunch of them do when they get accused of something. Oh, I didn't do this and talking it. Nah, he shut the fuck up, went right to the lawyer. Yo, listen, I got that retainer. Go take care of that. He didn't put out a statement to think about it. His lawyer was his mouthpiece for the beginning parts of this. Very fucking smart. You know what I mean?
But it said what he had to say. He unequivocally denied it. As soon as the shit hit, yo, listen, my lawyer's gonna be on that. Go, get out of here.
You gotta shut the fuck up, though. You gotta shut up.
No. But he's not a loud person anyway. But the thing is a lot of people. What ends up fucking happening is a lot of people pay these out, and it's
that's admitting your guilt. I think that was part of Diddy's problem, in my opinion. I think if he would not never paid Cassie, we wouldn't be seeing a lot of what we got going on now. By him paying Cassie, and again, I don't agree with him putting his hands on her. That's, you know what I mean? I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying by him paying what was asked or giving any money was kind of like, yo, some of what you saying or all of what you saying is true. And then that opens up kind of like what I alluded to earlier. When you let somebody do something and other people see it, they think they could do it too. So by you doing this with her, right, wrong, or indifferent, I'm not saying that, you know what I mean? But I'm saying by you paying her, I was kind of saying, yeah, I did something to the effect, or I might have did what she's saying. So then now everybody else who might have had a similar situation or made up situation now feels entitled to, they think they could say something.
Yeah, but you do know sometimes it's so much cheaper to pay him off even if you didn't do it.
I'm not paying, bro.
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying. I mean, it might cost you $250,000 to settle out for somebody who wants $10,000. You gonna spend $250,000 for a person that's asking for $10,000? Hey,
because somebody else might come and sue me for another 10 by the time I'm done.
I'm just no. I get it.
If you know, and it goes to what you were saying, if you know you really didn't do it, like, why are you settling? You know what I mean? My whole thing with this is they're intertwining. This is the work schematics that the media is using. They're intertwining Jay-Z, and every time they say Jay-Z beat this and the Diddy and they're putting them together. You know, this is the work schematics, and then as we're hearing it, we associate Diddy's charges with Jay-Z.
Not Diddy got criminal charges. Diddy, but I do believe we'll find out. I believe Diddy has enough money to get a pardon. I know that might hurt some of y'all feelings, but Trump too was accused.
I think Diddy gonna beat this.
Nah, I don't think he's gonna beat it.
He gonna beat this. Let's keep in mind they're not charging him for beating up Cassie. These charges are not that. These charges are different charges.
My guy.
They could get me for flying my wife to Mexico to go have a trip. Like that, like, let's really think about this. Like, let's say my wife so happened to live in New York and I flew her to Florida every weekend and come spend the weekend. Am I trafficking? Or if I told my wife, yo, let's say she's not my wife. Let's say we just messing around, and I'm like, yo, you know, come to Florida. I'm gonna buy you a Birkin. I'm gonna give you $100,000. I'm gonna Is that prostitution?
Listen. You do. Let's. All right, real quick. You know, prostitution is illegal, right?
Right, but in the way I said it, in the way I just stated, yeah, but you didn't answer my question. You just came out and said prostitution legal. If I'm like, yo, fly out, I'm gonna give you $100,000. Fly out. Never once mentioned I'm gonna give you $100,000 for sex or whatever. Yo, fly out. I'm gonna take you shopping. I'm gonna send you back home with a bag. Is that prostitution?
No, but that's not what happened with him. You're making up a scenario.
How do you know that? Because I didn't hear that.
In the case, he says it, and this is what I'm saying. In the paperwork, it's saying he has, in his own paperwork, he has the people that he calls the escorts for. There's a company who gives you companions, right? That's legal. Now, if you get the companion and you take them off somewhere and you're flying around the world and you're drugging them up, you're paying the company, but you're doing something else other than, and they may be game. That's where the discrepancy is. It's just not as simple as, yo, oh, you want to come hang out? All right, go to Teterboro. I'm gonna send a jet. Pull up. You know, I'm gonna blow your back out. Whatever we're gonna have a good time. And yo, you want to hit up the mall or whatever? All right, boom, boom, boom. Here's a little pocket change. That's not sex trafficking. He literally ordered sex workers. This is what the complaint is about. And check it out. The RICO is how they getting him and how they saying there's only him. My guy, do you know how many people he's employed and how many people who's actually gonna go and fold underneath him?
That's what fucked me up. I don't know one. And real quick, Chris, you are right. They do got a 90% win rate, but everybody loses sometime or another. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody loses. sometime or another.
Gotti beat him 3 times. Gotti beat him
Right.
3 times. We've seen him lose. Big case
And
in our lifetime.
to the point you was just making, that's what fucked me up. I didn't never know what in my whole life where one person gets charged with a RICO.
Yeah, no. Listen, they probably already
Never heard of no shit like this.
No. Listen, no, but this is how I'm telling you what they do. They bring them all in and say, we're gonna charge you unless you're gonna this is what you're gonna do. A lot of those people are they were just they were money motivated. They didn't even not only did they not want to know, but they scared of Diddy. Like Diddy, like yo, dude, this nigga, yo, my nigga, so allegedly put the car.
All this is allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. I mean, well, he paid Cassie, and I'm just going by what was in her shit. She said the nigga blew up Kid Cudi's car. Kid Cudi's car got blowed up, my nigga. Yo, listen.
I live on the 5th floor, bro. I live on the 5. Real quick, my wife said. They said double entendre. Jay said, "I'm gonna beat the case like Rocky." Back on my Izzo. Yeah.
Right. That's crazy. That's dope. But you get what I'm saying? Like, dude, we know people that put people in trunks, and they don't got.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know some people that put people in trunks. They don't have Puffy money, so I can imagine what Puffy could do to a nigga.
I think the worst part for me is that they're really not giving them bail. Like the worst thing that could happen to you, anybody, if you get caught, is not being able to bail out. Like your chances of fighting a case while you out are up compared to when they have you there. You know what I mean? Your spirit is up. Everything is just different when you're fighting a case outside than inside. You know what I mean? And they know what they're doing. You know what I mean? By handicapping this man and having him there, because there's all type of stipulations they could do. Like they could stop his internet interaction, they could stop his phone, they could just confine him to his crib to where he don't got no interaction with nobody but family members. You know what I mean? Like they could lock him up in his house.
Let me ask you something.
What's up?
Let me ask you something.
What's up?
If you're facing 15 years, 15 to life, and you're 55, 56.
My wife is a fool. My bad. Go ahead.
And they gave you bail, what are you doing?
Listen, how old were you when you caught that case, when we were having that conversation?
I wasn't that old.
No, but I'm saying you were young, right? That's the point I'm trying to make. And I told you then, yo, listen, man, you ready to get on this plane? I'll call some people, get you the fuck about it. So to your question, what you think?
I wasn't dying in jail. That's what I'm saying.
Hear me out. If you were that young and I was giving you that advice then, what the fuck you think what's the answer to your question now?
That's why they wouldn't give you bail. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm trying to tell you, dude. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Yo, listen.
But what I'm saying is there's so many stipulations they could do to, like, they could really lock him up in his house if they wanted to. And I'm sure like it could and can work, you know what I mean? And he could pay for the police department to sit outside the crib all day on the front and in the back, like, you know what I mean? And I'm willing, and I think he would be willing to do that, to be outside to fight his case.
Department, who is them?
Who? I'm just saying whoever the judge mandates, if it's the federal custody, whatever.
Whoever is there, whoever is gonna guard Diddy is gonna have a phone. He's gonna have the access for Diddy. My nigga, he has $1 billion. Whatever officer you bring in there, my nigga, he's gonna look at the bag and he's gonna say, "Here, take my phone." I'm not. So
if you don't think that's not happening in jail, it could happen in jail too.
No, but
like my point is this. This is the whole point I'm trying to make, is this is how they try to handicap us. You know what I mean? By some of us can't afford the bail, some of us can't afford the lawyers, some of them have the money to fight that, and they don't allow us that. Like, are we forgetting it's proven innocent until guilty? So Andre, I'm not bugging. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's proven innocent until guilty. You gotta give everybody a fair shake to fight the case. And for me, let me make sure I'm clear on this. For me, it's dependent on the charges. If you're a rape or a murder and all that type of shit, I don't think you should get no bail. You in there? I don't think
until proven guilty.
That's why I just said I got a double standards. For me, I feel like if it's those type of charges, I don't think you should get it. That's why I'm entitled to my opinion. But I also feel on the other side of the token, the Gemini in me, right? The other guys like, damn, man, everybody's entitled to a fair shake.
You know, rape is in Puff's charges, right?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But he's still, I think they think, and I could be wrong. I honestly said, like I said at the beginning, I think he's gonna beat a lot of these charges. I don't think he's going down for everything that they which if he don't beat everything. You know what I mean? But I think they think they're really, and which they are, they're handicapping the shit out of him by holding him inside there. I'm not gonna read that. She's talking to she's talking to her cousin in the comments.
But I mean, at the end of the day, dude, I mean,
think about it. We pay our wives for sex. Might not be initially for sex, but we're paying for the mortgage. They're paying for the mortgage. They're paying for the cell phone. They're paying for this. Paying for the bed that we're sleeping on. Like, if y'all really want to get down to the nitty gritty, like it's on. I get it. It's all about how you do it. So like you said it earlier. Like if you're paying. Like yo, I'm paying you so I can get some top. I get that. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we all are really. There's a couple motherfuckers tuned in right now, like my wifey said, who were just paid to get on Pornhub to go watch some shit. So you are fucking what you call it too. Not you, those people, right? Like you know what I'm saying?
See my nigga.
Read my comments, son. Go ahead, my bad.
I don't. I'm gonna let the courts handle that. I don't know what Diddy was doing. I don't. Me personally.
My bad. I don't mean to cut you off, but this goes back to what I was saying earlier. Either whether we agree or don't agree, it don't give us the right to bash this man until we know. Either like again, this how we do that wet. Like we sit out here and we say, Chris, I don't mean to pick on you, but when you say he charged with rape, now somebody just heard that and they're gonna go tell somebody, yo, Diddy charged with rape. Again, he's innocent until proven guilty.
He's charged
just because.
All right,
just because he's charged with it, don't mean he's guilty, right?
Yeah, but listen, you're giving them the right way. However they take it, is it how it is? What you said, yo, they're
but what I'm saying, it goes to what I'm saying earlier. By us coming out and saying, yo, just speaking on it. Remember what we talked about earlier? Just me going have a conversation. Let's say me and you having a conversation, but it so happens to be some other people around. Right? And I'm like, oh, yo, this and this happened. Or you come out and say, Lil, what you call it to me? Somebody next to us is gonna think they can say it now because they heard you say it. And probably what's gonna happen is they're gonna get kicked in their mouth. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it goes back to this too. If we say it around people are gonna feel comfortable saying it. Wow. I think when we have these conversations about somebody in our culture, it should be behind closed doors and not in the public.
Man, fuck all that. That's where we gotta disagree. Listen, this ain't got nothing to do with the culture. This got something to do with breaking society.
I said culture, but I meant when we talking about people of my when I'm trying to practice not talking about my Spanish people or my African American people in front of people, because I don't want people to think it's cool for them to do it in front of me. Now, when I do have these conversations, more than likely 10 times out of 10 is with you, my wife, people that I can have these conversations with. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to have these type of conversations with certain people in the room because never in a million years am I going to allow them to say something that just because I said to you, they think they could say. I hope I'm making sense.
Yeah, some people will get punched in the face if they're in the right room if they say R. Kelly is a rapo. But guess what? People? He's a convicted rapist. So now what do you do? If you punch somebody in the face because somebody said R. Kelly is a rapo, then that's on you. That's like certain things. And not only that, a lot of people sign up for this shit. They love the fame. What we talking about is what they signed up for. Culture and society is all the same. No, it's not. We not even. Drake likes.
I get my wife. Yeah, I wasn't gonna read she's petty. My wife is petty. Tea time with my wife just threw me off. Tea time with Bunky summed it up perfectly for me. Don't make them feel comfortable. What she said, don't make them comfortable talking reckless. And that's what I mean. Like by us talking reckless around them, they feel like they could do it. And I'm saying dumb because I'm trying to get out of, again, the stereotypes and the labels that were placed on us that we so happen to carry for years and fucking years. Like, you know what I mean? I'm tired of being labeled.
I said, now see, this is different than what we're talking about. We're talking about a public figure. None of us know Puff. So none of our brothers, we may tap into him culturally, into hip hop. Right. But this is my nigga, mess around, he might have one of y'all niggas' daughters. Like, let's put this in perspective here. What's wrong is wrong. We have to have a moral base somewhere, whether they're black, white, Puerto Rican, Irish, German, Jamaican, whatever. If we have to have a moral basement.
We could say what he did was wrong in a way of just saying how we were saying it. But now when you go and you bash him and make it your point to not only say he was wrong, but in the whole time bashing everything, that's the problem. That's where the problem lies. You know what I'm saying?
Let me see if I got. I don't know.
Chris summed it up again. He said, "I was brought up to never talk bad about your brother or sister in front of anybody. You do that in private." Same way I was brought up.
Yeah,
like,
but
you know what I mean?
We're talking about Puff. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, so but even Puff, whether we know him personally or not, by us again bashing him, we could sit here and say in a nice way, "Yo, Puff did X, Y, and Z." But by us sitting here and say, "Yo, son's a pedophile, son grabbed shorty," everybody is gonna go with that instead of yo. Like, I guess there's a way to say it so that everybody don't think that they could say it, because again, initially I was guilty with this shit too. When it first happened, I'm like, "Yo, son is," and then I had to catch myself because I said it around some people and I heard them repeating verbatim what I said, and I'm like, "Nah, I can't. It can't happen. It can't. Like, there got to be a way I could say it to where I can say how I feel, but without them trying to mimic my sentiments without knowing anything about it. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, they trust you.
Yeah, if he did it 100% under the jail, but we got to give him the benefit of the doubt until they prove him guilty. That's what the court system, this fucked up court system we have, is made upon, right? That's what we pay into. I guess at the end of the day, bro, what I'm trying to say, and we had this conversation, and I think this is a good way to wrap it up. I know we got some other shit to talk about, but for the longest of time, bro, we were the minorities, right? We were nobodies. And now we are the minority majority. The reason why we can't control this shit is because we can't get together. We say here on the show all the time, powers in numbers. We could literally run this thing that they call America. We can. The problem is we can't come together because we want to talk about each other when somebody fucks up. Like, you know what I'm saying? We harp on that. You know what I mean? And there's a bunch of good people that I know, that you know, that might be tuned in, that who's tuned in might know that we are not rallying behind and pushing to become the better tomorrow. And until we figure out how to come together and no longer be, divided, we're going to be just like this for years and years to come. And like I alluded to earlier, it's going to get worse for your kids.
We got to come through with one side. It all starts back to getting started in the basement. We can't fix the roof when the foundation is already fucked up, my nigga. You get what I'm saying? And it takes a lot for people to look themselves in the mirror and say, "Yo, listen, we were wrong. We were taught wrong."
They told us to divide. They told us divide and conquer.
All right,
and so that's what
all right. If it's been like that for hundreds and hundreds of years, how do you correct that?
Honestly, I don't think it's been like that for hundreds of years, because I didn't see that in my father's generation. Like, growing up as a kid and watching my father's generation and them, the way they stuck together and the way they moved. Remember how I said in the beginning of the show, growing up as a young kid in Brooklyn, how the neighborhood stuck together. Like, there was a radius that I could go anywhere in that neighborhood and everything was good because everybody looked out for us, the kids in that neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere in my opinion, somewhere in the mid 90s, it started changing. to where, yo, bro, kids were getting killed on my block. That never happened with me growing up. Like, there was never a gun shot on my block that I can remember. Oh, no, I'm lying. One time when they robbed the corner store. And that was some kids from outside of the neighborhood, and they got hurt so bad that I never even seen them or heard about them again, type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But I remember as a kid growing up, it being a community type thing. And somewhere, this was 80s into the 90s. I just said that. In the 90s, like around the middle of 95, the shift started changing. In my eyes, to where it was less community.
Is where you were saying it was more community based, this, that, and the third. I just think, and this is just my opinion, looking outside in, I think your projects or where you were at seemed huge, but there was so much going on at that time that you didn't realize what was going on because you were in that area. Think about that. Well,
and I can answer that
think about what was going on out in LA and Compton at that time during drive-bys and shit like that was regular shit out there on everybody's block. That's when that shit really started hitting. 95 is when the blood started hitting over here. So
that's what I'm saying. That's what
years. But
that's when it started changing.
No, but even before. But this is what I'm saying. It's secluded there into Brooklyn. But these changes were going on in St. Louis. They were going on in Missouri. They were going on in Chicago. They were going on in St. Louis. They were going on in Vegas. They were going on in Compton and Watts. And I can't
talk about that side of it. I could talk about New York. I was all over New York. I got family in every borough. What I just stated that I seen in my neighborhood growing up, I seen that everywhere I went. Like you got to remember, in the 70s, the 70s and 60s, the way like you couldn't go into certain areas in Brooklyn or the Bronx, anywhere in New York if you were Black or Hispanic. Like, for the people who don't know, go do your research. Like, this shit really was changing that fast. Like, I remember my father coming home fucked up plenty of times. Like, yo, then they caught me in this block, and knowing, yo, you can't walk through that block. That's a predominantly Italian neighborhood, or that's this group, that group, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And my father's grew up in the Bronx. He migrated towards Brooklyn. Like, you know what I mean? So when I tell you I've been to the Bronx, I've been to Queens, I was all over New York. You know what I mean? And in the early 80s to 90s, I seen that type of camaraderie. So when you go into this neighborhood, if you went in with the right people, you were accepted and you were taken care of. Now, if you was an outsider, it's a different. I could only talk about, you know, and on another token, I was sometimes an outsider going places and shit happened. You know what I'm saying? But it was far few in between. It felt like we took care of each other more there. And again, somewhere in the middle 90s, it started shifting. I don't know what it was. I don't know, you know what I mean? Because actually around that time is when I went upstate. You know what I mean? I just remember coming back to New York and was like, yo, oh shit, look at white dude over here. Where he live at? He live in the building. There's son live where? Like, what the fuck? Like, in a matter of a couple years, it just started, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know.
Damn, we couldn't get to all the topics, but shout out to everybody that tuned in and rocked out with us. Yo, let us know if you like more shows like this where we get into those trending topics. We talk about what's current, what's happening. We do love having the guests in. We love playing the videos. We didn't play a video tonight. We didn't do no trivia. Let us know if you guys like this format, you know, just chopping it up, bringing in videos. I guess we're going to post the rest on the page, whatever else we had to talk about, our thoughts. What up?
No, to Tom's thing, yeah, there was shootouts in the project. It was war sometimes, but rarely was it between us. You know what I'm saying? It was always outsiders coming in.
No, that's what it was. First gangs were like borough gangs. Those were the first people who were like, yo, those are the Brooklyn cats. And sometimes it didn't even matter what part of Brooklyn you were from. If you were from Brooklyn and you were in Harlem and you linked up with some Brooklyn niggas, you could be from the East. Yeah. And some might be from Red Hook. Oh, Brooklyn's in the house. Once you hear that Brooklyn in the house, you know, that's always
when you out of town, you group up regardless wherever you at or where you from in Brooklyn. But when you in Brooklyn, you know, you got Bed-Stuy going to Flatbush. There's a problem. You got fucking Red Hook, like all over the place. That it was that type of time. But what I'm saying is like the older generation didn't allow that shit on my block. Did they lose sometimes when other people came over and shit happened? Yeah. But people knew, like, yo, listen, man, in this little 5-6 block radius, you know what I mean? Like, they gonna give it up for their kids and for everybody who lives in this community. You know what I mean? Like, real quick, I remember them trying to rob me. If y'all can remember back in the day, the Mongoose bikes. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We had a nice little Mongoose bike with the 3 pegs and all that shit. And I remember going down Myrtle Ave. And I'm probably like 10, 11 years old. And I'm with my man Felix, who was a bodybuilder. You know what I mean? Big dude. He was a correction officer at the time. One of like our mentors who was showing us like, yo, yeah, look, we live in the projects where you could do good. You know, you had a nice car. Like he actually owned the building a couple blocks outside of the project. So for us, it was like, oh, damn, look, you could own some shit. You know what I mean? So I remember driving down the Ave and I caught a flat on the bike. So I'm pushing the bike. And he's like, yo, this when Beepers was out. He said, I got to go to Beeper store somewhere on my Beeper. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go with you. You know what I mean? Because, again, we outside of our neighborhood now. I'm further down Myrtle going towards Granham and all that. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, damn, I know I'm where I shouldn't be. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, I'm going to stay with you, Felix. But when we go, he said, I'm going to go inside the store. I go to take my bike inside the store. They're like, yo, little man, you can't take your bike in. I'm like, hi, yo, Felix, I'm wait right here. Waiting there. All of a sudden, a group of kids walk by. First walk by, I don't pay no mind to it. I'm like, all right, whatever. They walk back. So now I'm watching them. I'm like, yo, they gonna try some shit. Now they walk back. The group keeps going. One kid comes up to me. Yo, let me get a ride on your bike. Right? So long story short, I don't let him ride my bike. End up getting back to the block. By the time I get back to the block, I'm like, yo, they just try to rob me over there on Myrtle. Everybody from the block start running to Myrtle. 20, 30 people that I don't even know. Now they're just running down, screaming, oh, they're like, yo, what happened? They try to rob Mark, little brother Chris. People just jumping in. They catch the kid on Myrtle. People I don't even know was running up to show, you try to rob my little brother? Bang! You little bang! You're my son. Bang. And I'm sitting there looking like, I don't know who the fuck that is. But that's what type of time it was in the neighborhood. You fuck with one of us, you're going to fuck with all of us. Especially if you wasn't from the neighborhood.
You know what we call that now?
What?
Crash outs. I'm just telling you what it is. We call those crash outs, man. Shout out to No Mercy Equilibrium. He was
yeah, we got to get him on the show, man. We got to make that happen somehow.
On Instagram. So I think we might have to do that little thing just for him. But yo, my nigga, I'm not with the crash outs. I'm not with the crash outs.
No.
No.
Too many cameras around now, man.
Let them crash out. I mean, they're good. They're good at what they do, so let them do it. I guess. Yo, listen, shout out to everybody that tuned in, rocked out with us. Andre, Times Fly Brand, Chris, Bonky was in there, Vanessa was in there, Tisha was in there. Shout out to everybody that tuned in, rocked out with us. We definitely appreciate you guys. We had a good time. You already know, killer. We gotta figure it out, homie.
Yeah, we gotta figure it out. We have to do a phone call shit. But before we get up out of here, man, if y'all not about progression, if you're not trying to make something better, do me a favor, man. Do everybody else a favor out here trying to get the win and try to make it fucking happen. Get the fuck out the way. Go have a seat, man. Do me a favor. Shut the fuck up. Real talk. If you're not out here trying to do something, you're not out here trying to better the people, trying to do something for your fucking community, shut the fuck up. Do me that favor. Go inside your house, close your motherfucking doors, get on that computer, type the motherfucker away, but shut the fuck up.
Some of us still need the hate to motivate. Some of us, you don't need the hate no more. Me, I want it all. I want the hate, the love. Give me all of that shit. Give me all of that shit. My frequency is so powerful that, yo, listen, everything's gonna serve its purpose by the time it hits me. Everything.
Listen, man, I want kings and queens around me. I want people who want more. There's no way we can't get to where we want to get together. There's no way it can't happen. We just gotta get the right people together. And there's a job for everybody. There's a job for everybody. Yeah, you need somebody to do everything.
Everybody ain't a king. Everybody can't.
That's what I'm just saying. Everybody's not the king, but there's other people. There's other people a part of the king's party There's a job for everybody. Find your place where you fit in.
You know what it
and
is?
shut the fuck up.
We got too many court jesters. We got too many funny people.
Right.
Shout out to the big homie Chris. Chris is really the big homie on a lazy low. But yo, listen, we love you, big bro. Shout out to everybody that tuned in with us. Listen, you guys be safe. We will be back next week. We have a guest. So Teresa, we will bring back the trivia.
The trivia,
My wife is laughing at me. What is she laughing? Oh, she's looking. I don't know. The dog's in here, babe. I got the dog right here. She's chilling. Right? She's chilling. Listen, we love you guys. Please be safe. Focus up and you know, man, be that inspiration. Be that good person in somebody else's life. You know?
Yeah, be what you want, man. Be what you want, and give people what the fuck you want in return. Like if you expect something, if you give somebody something and you expect something, be upfront with it. You know what I mean, and give out what you want. You know what I mean? Like I said the other day, we got to stop letting people take advantage of us. You know what I mean? If we're not getting it back, not saying you do everything for something in return, but it's got to be a two-way street. If it's a one-way street, close that bitch the fuck down.
You already. Yo, listen, we love you guys. We will be back next week. Yo, listen, if you guys don't subscribe to the YouTube page, please go and subscribe. I got Chris. He's going to be adding some stuff to that. So we're going to figure it out. All right.
Yeah, you might get some free shit, man. Shad working on some shit. I'm just going to, implement when my part of it is ready to implement. But y'all going to be getting some free shit. You know what I mean? So stay tapped in, go subscribe, go hit it up. It's gonna go back sometime. So it's not gonna like start. Like if you subscribe now, it's not gonna mean you're not gonna be in the pot to win the prize. You know what I mean? Yeah, and it's gonna be weekly. I forget what Shad said. I don't want to throw him on, give too much out before he gets it all together. But y'all gonna be able to win shit weekly or monthly type of vibes. So everybody like free shit.
You already. Yo, listen, we love you guys. We out. All right. Deuces easy.